Welcome back. So in this video, you can see we're starting out, we're just driving around Charleston, South Carolina. You can see some really cool architecture. It's definitely pretty. There's a lot of history in that area, so it's a cool touristy area. And so you'll see some of that in these videos. And then I'm also going to narrate a little bit more of the trip. I have, I guess, a little bit of tips and tricks for cruising that I learned. This was my first cruise, so obviously I am no expert of any, stretch of the imagination, but I just wanted to put together this video and share a little bit of the things that I learned from our experience. Thanks for watching. Okay, so now you can see we have arrived at the port. Here's a little bit of our room and the balcony. You can see there are some beach chair clips that we used for drying our bathing suits and towels and shirts throughout our journey. I would recommend drying things only when you're not moving, just in case, something happens. Here's our cabin. It's a little bit messy. We were kind of just in and out, but here's a quick overview of everything. I ended up putting all the little towel animals in our open closet area, and so at the second to last day I ended up putting them all on the bed and taking a cute little video of it. We did end up using these metal hooks. They only worked on our door frame, so we kind of had to adjust to that, but you can see a little organizer. We put a little sign on our door as well on both sides, so that was really cool. There was also a AC card slot that we had to use, and there was actually already a card in it, so I do recommend bringing a card if there is not one, just in case. There was also only 2 outlets, so we ended up using an extension cord. And you can see we kind of used our luggage as like a catch-all. I did end up bringing a mini fan, which was awesome because the AC was not the greatest. I also got as a gift a dry erase marker, and that was helpful for putting, little notes on the mirror. That's something that I don't see anyone talk about, but it was helpful when we were trying to figure out, okay, what are we doing next? You can also see a little bit of the room and the bathroom and some storage. And so while there was a decent amount of storage, we did have to get a little creative with the magnet hooks. This was also the last little pamphlet that we got. Here is a clip of what it looks like once you do check in on the app for dinner in the main dining room. And when you do that, you will get a notification, and it'll say something like, you have 10 minutes to get to your table. So that was really nice because it ended up being not necessarily a really long wait, whereas there were people that had, I guess, manually or checked in at the post stand that had to wait for, I think people said about 20 to 30 minutes. So I do recommend making sure that you have the app and checking in on the app for main dining. We had anytime dining, and so that was where we could go at any time in the evening. We didn't have a specific time frame, and then we would also switch tables. You can do this if you're in a group as well. You just want to make sure that your booking is connected to each other. And then here you can see I am walking through Lido and then into the buffet area and the eating area, so you can get a little bit of an idea of what those look like on the Carnival Sunshine. There were these neat little door buttons that when there was a walkway that had sliding doors, you actually put your hand over it so that it would open the door, so that was cool. Sorry about so much of the floor panning. But now we're walking into the buffet area, and it was routinely pretty busy. You do seat yourself. There's no like assigned seating or anything. And you'll get a little bit of, what that looks like in just a second. Food and different things. There's typically 2 stations of buffet food, and they both have the same on either side. And this was us on the tender for Half Moon Cay, which was really beautiful. And so there's a couple pictures from being on the tender boat that takes you into the private island. And this was in the Serenity adult only area. This was Sharky's, which you could see from the dock in Nassau. This was one of the drinks we had when we went to bingo on Halloween night. This was the view from one of our nights in the main dining room, and as you can see, it was on the very back of the ship. So you did feel a little bit of the movement. But it was really beautiful to be able to experience that on one of the nights. And you can see it wasn't too busy, so that was really great as well. And then this was probably something that Carnival is really known for, the chocolate lava cake, which we enjoyed. And of course, to end, the beautiful waves.